Hey, everybody. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. What a beautiful day out it is. My name is Shelley Winter. I'm filling in for my little brother, Mark Aram. He'll be back on Monday. And we have news right at the top of the show. Let me reset for you. As many of you, you can go to my Shelley Winter Show YouTube page. Go to YouTube, Shelley Winter Show, and you can see the background, my commentary on Brian K. Pritchard. Brian K. Pritchard is the first vice chair of the Georgia GOP. He has been found by an administrative judge that he voted illegally, not right, punished by an administrative judge for voting illegally 9 times in Georgia elections. Now, he's the first vice chair of the Georgia GOP. His basically, he won by just talking about stolen elections and election integrity. And many of us believe that he should resign because it's hard. You're hard pressed to go out there and talk about how Trump got the election was stolen from Trump, and you want laws passed that election integrity laws while you voted illegally 9 times, according to an administrative judge here in Georgia. And so many of us want him to step down, not personal attacks on him. We don't dislike the guy. We just think it's a bad look. It's bad optics. So that's the background. And I have on the phone with me now Georgia chairman of the Georgia GOP chairman, Josh McKoon's a good friend. They had a meeting last night with this guy to convince him to resign. He's not going to resign, so Josh is here to exclusively give you guys, the audience of the Mark Aram Show, what his statement that is going to be released. Josh, welcome to the Shelley Winter Show. Welcome to the Mark Aram Show. I'm Shelley Winter filling in.
Shelley, thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so much. So what is your statement? Do you want to say your statement here live on the air?
Sure, I'll be glad to. Shelley, last night during a meeting of our state executive committee, I did call upon our first vice chairman to resign, and today with you, I'm making that call public. My reasons are simple. I ran on 2 campaign commitments to be chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, electing our Republican nominee for president and ending the prosecutorial witch hunt against our Republican presidential electors. The judicial finding from last week that our first vice chairman registered to vote illegally and voted illegally 9 times makes it harder to accomplish both of these goals. His resignation will allow us to focus all of our time, attention, and resources on electing President Trump and ending the evil Willis prosecution. And that, in summary, is what I'm doing today. I'm asking him for the good of the party to step aside so that we can focus on our mission that I've stated here with you this morning.
So you're the chairman. You want him to resign. He's not paying attention. He's not listening. The meeting last night that you guys had with the executive committee, first of all, how many people on the executive committee for the Georgia GOP?
There are 27 voting members, Shelley, and a few more that are non-voting. We had about I think we had almost all 27 voting members last night.
And what was the majority? What was the feelings of the majority of the voting members?
Well, I don't want to get into the conversations of that meeting because we try to keep those meetings confidential so people are comfortable with
understood.
Being able to express themselves. What I did do is I wanted to look my first vice chairman in the eye and make this call in that smaller group before going public with this. But he has chosen not to resign, and so I feel like it's appropriate now. I've got a responsibility to Georgia Republicans all over the state to remove obstacles from our ability to be successful. And unfortunately, this situation has created an obstacle we don't need right now.
So going forward, what happens next? You had a meeting last night. Mr. Pritchard refuses to step down and resign. You just made a call as the chairman, as the head of the organization. You've asked him to resign today publicly. I assume you asked him last night privately. Now you're asking him publicly. What happens next?
So I expect later today that we will receive a notice, a filing basically triggering our removal process. And that starts a 32-day clock. Mr. Pritchard's entitled to 32 days notice. And then there'll be a meeting of the state committee to decide whether he will remain as first vice chairman or not. So those are the next steps. But I just want to say, Shelley, as a lawyer who has practiced election law, as somebody who served on the Senate Ethics Committee that deals with election law, as someone who feels passionately about how important it is that we have fair elections in 2024, we don't need to be hobbled or crippled in our ability to communicate this message. And it is very, very difficult for us to effectively communicate on this message of election integrity when we have somebody on our executive team who's in this situation. So you said it at the top of your program. This is not personal. This is not about me. It's not about any of the personalities on our executive committee. It's about electing Donald Trump, and it's about getting this Willis prosecution over with. And we need all of our time, energy, and resources focused on that.
Absolutely, and it's just simply bad optics as well. So the 32 days, so how many people on the statewide executive committee? Or how does that vote? What does that vote look like?
So our state committee, which is the overall governing body of the Georgia Republican Party, is a little over 180 people. The vote that's required for removal is a 2/3 vote, and so that will be the process. We'll have the 32-day notice, we'll have a hearing, and then the state committee will vote.
And when the state committee votes, assuming you get 2/3, from what I'm hearing, a lot of people feel the way you do. And as the chairman, you carry a lot of weight. So you saying publicly that you want him to resign will probably help that process along. When the state committee votes for him and votes him out, he's got to leave. He can't fight that, can he?
No, if he's removed by the state committee, there's no further appeal. And that'll be the end of this process. And again, I just want to underline, I would not be taking this kind of extraordinary step if I did not think that this was vitally important to our success in November. That is all that matters to me. That is why I signed up for this volunteer position. It's what gets me to leave my full-time job at the end of every day, go to our headquarters, stay there until late at night, work weekends. Everything else is about electing our Republican president, Donald Trump, and all of our Republicans up and down the ballot. And we don't need all that work to go for naught because of a situation that we can easily resolve.
Absolutely. Josh, keep up the good work, my friend. I think you're right on this issue. I'm glad you did it, and I appreciate you coming on Mark Aram's show this morning and breaking this news with your full statement. And we appreciate you, and good luck, and know that you can call in anytime.
Thank you so much, Shelley.
Have a great day, Josh.